Hey everyone, welcome back to another pick a card reading for today, April 5th. Let's go ahead and jump in and see where everyone is at, starting with those of you who picked card number 1. Okay, today you guys are in a bit of a stuck position, feeling like the route that you were taking just isn't really paying off or doesn't really seem to make much sense anymore. Something about the passion or excitement that you originally had put into this path has somewhat changed, or your outlook has changed. Instead of entirely giving up just yet, why not see if this is completely true? Search your feelings, evaluate whether or not this really is something you want to abandon before completely giving up. And if it is something that you want to, throw the towel in on, it's time to figure out what it is instead of that you'd like to put energy towards. You may feel just a little lost right now. Anytime that happens, it's always the best advice to go inward for that introspection, to really ask yourself, what is it that I want? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do next? Where do I need to spend time and energy? Because this whole getting somewhere and then turning around thing, it's been happening a couple of times and you're feeling a little blocked, or you're feeling a little stuck, like the universe keeps kind of putting roadblocks up, and they're so big and so large that they almost seem impossible to get through. So it's a good idea to stop and ask yourself, is this impossible, or is my perception of it that it's impossible? Ask yourself these questions and then you'll find your way through, okay? And for those of you who picked card number 2, okay, today you may be having a difficult time when it comes to communication, when it comes to how you feel about your relationships, how you feel about your connections in relationships. There's misunderstandings here. There's dialogue that's going all over the place. It's straying away from your original point or your original concept, which is getting all weird, and it's not really honing in on the thing that meant the most to you. So if you're finding that you're getting bogged down by by Mercury retrograde, and you're having a difficult time really expressing the things that need to be said, then go back to the drawing board. Pin this discussion with your loved one for another day, or you know, find a way at another time to say the things that need to be said. It might also be a good idea to get a marriage or family counselor to help you feel validated in the things that you're saying, because it could just be that you're saying these things and your partner is completely ignoring you, or devaluing the things that you're saying, making you feel even more frustrated and more unsupported. So if you're feeling this way, it's a good idea to get some extra help. Also, this is some difficulties in business as well. I'm seeing some hardships when it comes to some business dealings falling through, if that's in your category. So just be mindful. Partnerships may not work out as you had expected. So be on the lookout for that if that's in your wheelhouse. And for those of you who picked card number 3, well, we are on the eve-ish of the eclipse, the total solar eclipse, which is going to be on the 8th. We're already being affected by it, a lot of the country, 8 days before, 8 days after. So you guys are in the category of blam, the tower moment. The tower has been struck by lightning. Your life has been hit, rocked in some extreme way, shocked, shook, and now you're dealing with your life being quite literally on fire. Not a fun place to be, not a place anyone envies, but as much as it's hard to deal with, it's hard to cope, it's hard to navigate, know that the more that you go through this, by really feeling it, by experiencing the fullness of what this means, the easier it will be to sweep away all of the ashes and to rebuild this tower the way that you want it. Maybe this tower specifically fell in your life because it wasn't necessarily entirely built how you wanted it to be built, and now that it's crumbled and cracked and destroyed on the ground, maybe now that's your opportunity. to build it how you see fit. So even though it's devastation everywhere and there's chaos and, fields are on fire, it's still, it is an opportunity. The dust will eventually settle, the star will eventually shine again, and you will feel the sense of healing. But it's going to take some time. Right now, it's time to call in the fire department, get those flames out, and assess for damage, because it's going to be a tough road ahead, at least for a little while, until things start to open up again. Think about it this way. This is kind of like that thing that needed to happen so that the really, really, really good stuff could come pouring in. But we don't get to have the really, really good stuff until we sacrifice or make room for something that has to leave our lives. So that's what this is. All right, cope with it the best you can, and know that the more that you face it, the more that you turn towards it, the better it will be. And also, just so you're aware, guys, this is not one that you can run from. If you've gotten this card, this is specifically something that will happen to you, and you can't really, it's an inevitable tower that's going to impact your life. So go with the punches, roll with them the best you can, be flexible as best you can, and be mindful about still in Mercury retrograde, still under that confusing time. It's a confusing time. If you need your support system, reach out to them. All right, guys, feeling a little bit confused, feeling a bit overwhelmed, not sure where things are going. Let's see how things go tomorrow. Okay, we still have all of this like clearing out that's happening until it inevitably starts to slow down, and then we see those opportunities. So right now we're just seeing all the calamity, all the chaos, all the destruction happen. Eventually the good will come. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for all your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know which card resonated most with you in the comments below. And I will see you guys all back here tomorrow. Bye for now.